ELI 5. Why did the Soviet Union never send men to set foot on the moon? Even though the Americans did it first, they could have replicated the feat to demonstrate their capabilities and assert their force and prestige. When the Soviet Union sent the first man into space, the Americans followed suit shortly after, continuing the space race. Even if it took a few more years, it still would have been largely preferable to avoid portraying to the world inability to match what the Americans achieved, which would signify defeat. So, why did the space race conclude immediately after the American moon landings? They did plan to continue their lunar program even as it became clear the US would get to the moon first, but there were just too many setbacks. The Sergei Korolev, the lead designer of their intended launch vehicle, the N1/L3, died unexpectedly in 1966 just as production and testing was ramping up. Overwork and time spent in a labor camp decades earlier were likely contributors to his death. The N1 was also underfunded and rushed, and had no successful launches. An attempted launch in 1969 exploded on the pad and leveled the entire launch complex, which took 2 years to rebuild, and by then, there was not a lot of political will to continue to fund the project as the US had already been to the moon. The project hadn't seen any success and the government had no cash to keep funding it.